Hi everyone. I just want to explain to you how I do my readings, my psychic readings. Now, whether it's in person, email, phone or Skype, I use tarot cards as my visual aid, and the tarot cards I use are called the spiral tarot cards. Now, I like them because they have really nice images on them. They're all based on Rider-Waite, but as you can see, they all have very nice images, and I like these ones because they also have the court cards also have symbols on them. As you can see, there's a little goat, and this is a symbol for Capricorn. So this card means Capricorn or an earth sign, and also the major arcana also have the symbols on them. So we've got the lovers, okay, and up here we've got the sign for, Gemini, I think it is. So they're based on the Rider-Waite, and I've been using them for a long time. When I started doing readings professionally in 1998, I used my mother's Rider-Waite tarot cards, and she didn't need them. She was mainly a medium. She could see people in spirit as if they were real people, and it freaked her out a little bit. Dad didn't like it because he was raised a Catholic, so Mum tried not to do too many readings from home, just for people she knew. And it was only a couple of years afterwards I'd started using Mum's cards, and I put them away because I got these ones. And on the bottom of the box she'd written her name, Mary Galloway Stewart, and underneath she'd written, now Marlaine Nicholson-Smith. So she dedicated them to me and I didn't even know. So the only other card I use for a reading is Doreen Virtue's Angel Answers Oracle cards, because they're just the best cards and they give you a definite answer. This one's yes. They give you a definite answer. Now, I do use them at the end of a reading when I want to confirm something if the person's not getting it. And the other cards I use, which I use only for my Facebook weekly readings, are these cards. They're the Gilded Tarot by Ciro Marchetti. Absolutely beautiful images. That one's the moon. Yep, the moon. Absolutely gorgeous cards. But as you can see, they're very thin. And when people come for readings, they have a mixture of anxiety and apprehension. They're excited, they're nervous, and they tend to shuffle the cards really quickly and damage them. And when people shuffle cards quickly, what they're putting is all their anxiety, that energy into the cards. So I tell them to slow down. And when they go to do the old, casino, as if they're in a casino, they go to do this with the cards, mix them into each other like that. What they do is they actually break the cards, because these cards are not gaming cards. They're very fragile. So that's the reason I don't let anyone use those ones. I just use those myself. Now, I actually have another deck of Ciro Marchetti's cards, and they're called the Tower of Dreams, and they're a lot larger, absolutely beautiful. I have a limited edition pack. That means it's signed by him, and it came with a CD, which has a program to put on your computer to be able to do tarot readings with it online. I don't like doing that, computerized readings. I like to do it in person. It also has all the images on the cards as screensavers and stuff like that, so you can use the whole thing. But as I said, they're very precious to me. They're just for me only. I don't want anyone's energy on them. Now, how I get the information is I use the tarot cards as a visual aid to help me. I don't like to hold jewelry or watches belonging to a person. That's called psychometry, because I pick up all that person's feelings, and what that does is that clouds me from doing the reading. That's only letting me pick up things from them on a psychic reading, on a psychic level. I'm actually claircognizant. That means that I get the information is coming to my head before the question's answered. I've already got the information there. Some people that know me may call me a know-it-all, but that's what happens. It's clear knowing. Okay, so when I do a mediumship reading for people, I don't need a photo of them. I don't need a piece of jewelry belonging to them at all. All I do is have them sit in front of me and I do the reading. Now, I was actually trained in a spiritualist church, so I'm a spiritualist medium. And during my training in the spiritualist church, I had to do platform work in the church afternoons and evenings for the whole duration of the course. And I went along with a friend to do it to keep her company because she wanted to do it. I was already doing this work, but I didn't know what it was called. So it was wonderful for me to do it, to see that, yeah, I was on the right track with it. But we only were allowed to give short readings for people, a few minutes, and I didn't feel that sat well with me. When I do a mediumship reading for somebody who wants to connect to a passed over loved one or a family member, that can go from 30 minutes to an hour. It's very emotional and it's tiring. It's very tiring on the person having the reading, me and the person in spirit, to keep that connection up for that long. It just amazes me sometimes what spirit will do. And it's not like ringing them on a telephone to chat to them. If you continually ask for the same person to come through, they're going to get fed up of it and go, make your own decisions, do what you want to do. So it's sort of like John Edward had a book out called One Last Time, and that's what I feel it's like. After I've done the initial mediumship connection for a person, if they come back 6 months later for a clairvoyant reading, mum or dad might come through for a little bit just to say something, but they're not going to get the quality of the reading they had in the first go. Now, I only do mediumship readings in person in my office because I find it hard to make that connection if I'm on Skype or email or the telephone. I can do clairvoyant readings by Skype, telephone or email. It doesn't make any difference if the person's not physically with me, as long as I've got some connection. For an email reading, I do ask you to send me a current photo of yourself. And I know this sounds silly, but what I do is I set your photo up in front of me on my reading table as if you're actually there. And once I've tuned into you, I do the reading and I'm talking to you as if you are there. I then record it. It's recorded onto a digital recorder and I email you an MP3 file. So I do the same for Skype readings and phone readings too. If you want that recording, I send it through to you. When people come in person, they have the option of getting a CD from me, or they can record it on their phones, and I'm quite happy to show you how to do that when you come. Now, I do a weekly reading on my page, and what I do is I draw a gilded tarot card, and then first of all, I ask my spirit guides, what can I tell these people this week? What will help them? So I draw a tarot card, and then I draw an Angel Answers Oracle card, and they usually complement one another. So I do that, and then I do the photo, pop it on, take a photo from my phone, pop it up, and then I type out what the tarot card means. Now, for the Angel Answers Oracle card, I like to give you the complete meaning of the card because these have all been channeled by Doreen Virtue, and I feel the whole message has to go to someone. So I actually type that up from the book. That is the only time I actually type something from a book. I'm not one of these psychics that take photos of cards and type the information up on a Word document, then cut and paste it into a reading. I don't do that at all. Sometimes when I run free reading threads on my page, I will draw an angel or another oracle card and I'll type up what that means. But if I draw you a tarot card, I will type my own explanation in of what it means to you and then more. It's like you just don't get, oh, the Ace of Cups means there's somebody new coming into your life. You don't just get that. You get a full, in-depth answer to that. It's the same with an email question. I say one question is about 5 minutes, but actually it's more because as I'm telling you, I'm doing a little spread for you with, maybe a Celtic cross spread or a cross of truth spread, something like that. I'm doing a whole reading with cards for that one question. It's not just a case of pulling one card out and going, oh, that'll do. And when I'm doing it, if I'm stumbling, I will stop, meditate, tune in, and do it again until I feel that is the correct answer for you for that information you're seeking. But also, you don't just get information about that one question. As I said, it's an in-depth reading. And I do that for everyone that does an email reading for me, whether it's through Facebook or through my own website. So, oh yes, okay, just been told to tell you, your spirit guides give me the information. As I said, I'm claircognizant and a medium, so I get information from your spirit guides. Your passed over relatives are not your spirit guides. They may be one day, but not in this lifetime. Spirit guides are like teachers. Spirit guides are souls, spirits that have had a life on earth at some time, but then have decided they don't want to do that anymore. They want to move on. So it's like somebody who's in uni decides, I want to be a teacher. So they have to go to uni to be a teacher and be trained. But once they've done that, they're not going to go back and sit in a classroom and learn again because they've already done that. So your spirit guides are souls. I use spirit soul, swap them around. We're a spirit. To be able to exist in a human body, we take the form or the shell of a soul, and part of our energy goes into that, and that coexists with the human body. So when I speak to people in the spiritual dimension, I'm actually speaking to the souls of that person, because once they move on and become a spirit to a higher level, they don't come back and talk. Okay. Now, if a soul decides they want to reincarnate again within your family, it won't be to your son or daughter, it'll be to your children's children. So they actually skip a generation, because souls wait for everyone in the soul group to pass over and come back to the spiritual dimension, where we all decide, yes, we're all going to do that again, or you're going to be mum, I'm going to be dad, or I'm just going to be a friend, or I'm going to be your partner. So that's why your mum or dad won't be your spirit guide in this lifetime. Yes, they will pop in to see you how you're going, but they don't give me information for the clairvoyant readings, because they're just there to pop in and say hello, to let you know they're around. It's actually your spirit guides that give me the information you need for your readings. So I hope that's made it all a bit clear for you, and that's how I do readings. Okay, bye.